Hello, welcome back to Systematic Symphony of Species. In this video we are going to talk about specimen designation and classification in taxonomy with a major focus on terms and definitions. As there are many terms associated with the topic, there will be several videos to cover the relevant ones commonly used in taxonomy. Type specimen. A specimen used as the reference point for the description of a species. Types are fundamental in taxonomy as they serve as the basis for the description and identification of species. They provide a standard reference for comparison and are crucial for establishing the identity of a species. In botany, a type specimen might consist of a pressed plant specimen stored in an herbarium, while in zoology, it could be a preserved specimen kept in a museum collection. Holotype, the single specimen designated by the original author of a species description. The holotype is the primary reference for a species and serves as the standard against which other specimens are compared. The holotype for the species Homo sapiens is the specimen upon which Linnaeus based his original description of the species. Paratype, additional specimens, other than the holotype, cited in the original species description. Paratypes provide supplementary information about the variability within the species and help to illustrate the range of morphological characteristics exhibited by individuals of that species. If a new species of beetle is described, the holotype might be the specimen used for the initial description, while additional specimens collected from the same population could be designated as paratypes. Syntype, one of two or more specimens listed in the original description of a species when the author failed to designate a holotype. Syntypes serve as the original reference material for the species, but no single specimen is given precedence as the holotype. If a scientist describes a new species of fish based on multiple specimens collected from different locations, all of these specimens would be considered syntypes. Lectotype, a specimen chosen from among the syntypes to serve as the single type specimen when the original author failed to designate a holotype. Lectotypes are designated to stabilize the taxonomic nomenclature when the original type designation is inadequate. If a species was described based on syntypes, but no holotype was designated, a later taxonomist might designate one of the syntypes as the lectotype. Paralectotype, any of the remaining syntypes that were not chosen as the lectotype. Paralectotypes are still considered part of the original series of specimens and are important for understanding the variability within the species. In a species description where multiple syntypes were designated, those specimens not chosen as the lectotype would be considered paralectotypes. Neotype, a specimen designated to serve as the type when no original specimen exists or when the original specimens are lost or destroyed. Neotypes are crucial for maintaining the stability of nomenclature when original material is unavailable. If the holotype of a species is lost or destroyed, a neotype may be designated from a specimen collected from the same locality. Epitype, a specimen designated to clarify the taxonomic status of a species when the original description lacks sufficient diagnostic characters or when the original type material is inadequate. Epitypes help to standardize the application of names to taxa when uncertainty exists regarding the identity of the type specimen. If there is confusion regarding the identity of a species described without a clear type specimen, an epitype may be designated to establish the species concept more firmly. Topotype, a specimen collected from the same locality as the type specimen. Topotypes confirm the geographical distribution of a species and provide additional context for understanding its habitat and ecology. Collecting a specimen of a plant species from the same location where the holotype was originally found would constitute a topotype. Isotype, a duplicate specimen of the holotype, deposited in a different herbarium or museum. Isotypes provide additional reference material for researchers and help to distribute type specimens to different institutions for study. A duplicate specimen of the holotype of a newly described plant species might be sent to another herbarium for inclusion in their collection. Allotype, a specimen designated to represent the opposite sex of the holotype, especially in sexually dimorphic species. Allotypes provide information about the variation between sexes within a species and help to ensure comprehensive documentation of its morphology. If the holotype of a bird species is a male, an allotype of a female specimen may be designated to represent the female morphology. Cotype, a general term for any specimen cited alongside the holotype in the original description, including both paratypes and syntypes. Cotypes collectively represent the series of specimens used in the original species description and provide a basis for understanding the variability within the species. In a species description where multiple specimens are cited, including the holotype and paratypes, all of these specimens collectively would be referred to as cotypes. Type series. The collection of all type specimens, for example, holotype, paratypes, syntypes, designated for a particular species. The type series provides a comprehensive set of reference specimens for the species, encompassing all specimens cited in the original description. Holotype. A type specimen representing a group of specimens that were collectively designated as the type when no single individual was singled out as the holotype. Holotypes are used when it's not possible or practical to designate a single specimen as the holotype, such as in cases of organisms that reproduce asexually or in species with indistinguishable individuals. Isolectotype. A duplicate specimen of the lectotype, deposited in a different herbarium or museum. Isolectotypes serve the same purpose as isotypes but are specifically duplicates of lectotypes designated from Syntype series. Epitypification. The process of designating an epitype for a species to stabilize its taxonomic nomenclature. Epitypification is done when uncertainty exists regarding the identity of the original type material or when additional clarification is needed to maintain taxonomic stability. Morphotype. A type specimen designated based solely on morphological characters, without consideration of genetic or molecular data. Morphotypes are used in paleontology and other fields where genetic material may not be available, providing a basis for taxonomic classification based on physical characteristics alone. Neomorph. A newly designated type specimen for a species, often designated when the original type material is lost or unavailable. Neomorphs are designated to replace lost or damaged type specimens, ensuring the continuity of taxonomic nomenclature. Thank you for watching. More videos will be coming soon to cover more terms. Please share your views and ideas in the comments.